Today on Matt's Automotive Adventures, we rebuild this trailer from the ground up. Hey, what's going on, guys? Bit of a different video today. We're not going to be working on the Jeep. We're going to be working on a trailer. So this is the trailer that we're going to be using to go to Moab. It's a little rough, in case you couldn't tell. It's been sitting for, I think, 13 years. But we're going to go through it, see what it needs. I've ordered a bunch of parts that I know it needs for sure. Got springs, shackles, equalizers, U-bolts. The brakes look like they're going to be okay. Looks like I should be able to clean those up. So we're going to get into that. And then we'll get the old deck off of it and re-deck it. So it's a little bit of a different video, but this is the preparation for Moab. So I'm going to include it in the series. It's a good old trailer. It's just been neglected for a very long time. Everything seems to be okay, just needs to be cleaned really well. We're going to jump right into it. I'm going to get the rear drum stripped off it. Then, actually no, we're going to get the suspension all done. Then we're going to strip the drums off of it. We're going to wash all this out with a hose, get it all cleaned up, lubricated, put the brakes back together, get them set up, and then we'll take it down the road after we remove the rest of this very, very rotten board. Yeah. Then once we know it goes down the road good, we'll get the deck off of it. I'll go get the timber for that, and we'll redeck it. Probably in between that, want to get it cleaned up really well, give it a coat of paint, go through the lights, that sort of stuff. Alright, I want to apologize right away, but we're trying something a little bit different today. I'm filming with the GoPro instead of my cell phone. Alright, so we're going to start with getting the leaf springs out. So I'll undo this bolt, I'll undo this bolt because we're not reusing any of this stuff. I'll keep the springs as spares, but for right now, just got to undo this, undo this, undo the U-bolts, drop that out of the way, bolt the new spring in, bolt it there, bolt the equalizer on, and then carry on to the back. Alright, let's see how this is going to come apart. Okay. Hard to be stubborn when it's liquid. guys back. I want to let the GoPro. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut the other ones and then bring you guys back in. Jack under the axle, and probably gonna have to cut those U-bolts too, to be honest. And just like that, all this rusty garbage is garbage. So I just tried to stop the GoPro and now it's frozen. It's unresponsive. Apparently it repaired the file. Let's just see. Alright, we're working. So we're going to slide our spring up into place. Put the bolt through from the back side, sliding it through to the front. Start our lock nut into do the same for the equalizer. And slide the equalizer up in place. Bolt through from the back. Put the nut on the front. And jack the axle way up so it's out of the way. We're going to take our shackle kit. Same thing. Take our bolt through the shackle, through the back side. Take our spring. Take the bolt through the back side. Put the other shackle plate on. Spin the two nuts on. Now once the weight is on this, those shackles will invert like that. And then this just equalizes the load between the two springs. Drop the axle back down onto the leaf spring. Show you guys on the front. So if you look right here, there's a centering pin. And in the bottom of this axle, there's a hole. So as I drop that on, now that we got that set up, open up our U-bolt kit. Drop our two new U-bolts down over the axle. Grab our new base plate. So the base plate has a centering hole too. Bottom of the axle has the nut showing through. So you just want to get all that lined up. Get the two U-bolts dropped through. That's centered on the axle. And spin the U-bolt nuts on. Then once you get everything mocked up like that, on all four axles, go around, tighten everything. These are 75 foot-pounds. Go around, torque all those down. Then take it for a good road test, bring it back in, check the torque on everything. And that's really that for the suspension on a trailer. So I'm just going to go ahead, blast through the other three sides, and then we'll bring you guys back in. Alright, and just like that, we have brand new suspension all the way around. We got lots of spare parts now. Anything that's any good is going to go in the toolbox at the front as a spare part. So we should be set. Now we're going to get the rear drums off, thoroughly check the brakes. If I don't need the backing plates for the drums, we're going to clean up what we got. That's going to save quite a bit of money. And then we'll start getting the rotten boards off the deck. Well, got the board all tore off. It was so rotten it just fell apart in pieces. The other boards are semi-solid, so we'll leave them on for now, but they are going to come off. Then I can clean and paint all the framework. Then we'll get the timber for the bed. Got the other drums off. Everything's looking good, so we're going to go ahead and clean all that stuff up. Get the drums cleaned up, get the bearings repacked, and go for a road test with it. We're going to go ahead and clean and repack the bearings. They look to be in good shape. So let's go ahead and repack those. Gonna reuse the grease seals too, don't see why not. If you take the right size socket, come down through the front, and you just let that rest on the bearing. You got the right size, and then you just pop it out with a hammer. 9 times out of 10 the seal comes out perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get those packed, get the drums reinstalled, and then we'll put the wheels and tires on. Alright, it's tire time. Well, got a fresh coat of paint on the outside. Going to get some rust paint for the inside. We'll do that later. And we'll pop the lights back in. So straightened out the back of the trailer. It was a little bit bent. Once the new deck is on it, it's going to look great. Well, this is the trailer's first voyage on our way to get the lumber for the deck. So far it's going good. This morning I went to get the lumber for the trailer. Got some help today. Kaylee's helping out with sealing up the new lumber. Getting the trailer ready. Once we get all that sealed, I'll go ahead and notch the ends. Good morning. Got all the lumber treated last night. Thanks to Kaylee for doing that. So they're all sitting there drying. Alright, all the boards nice and dry. They're all water sealed. So how I'm going to do this is at the end. I'm going to notch it so it fits under this lip. Then I'll slip the boards in, and they're going to fit just like that. I'm not so worried about at the front. That should be just fine. Just drops in there. I could have notched both ends, but that's a two-person job to get the boards in because you gotta bend the boards. So we're just gonna notch the back. Perfect. Gonna switch over the time lapse and just get ripping on this wood. There we go. We're all notched. Just finishing up with the trailer. Got the reflective tape. All the lights are working. Got the plate mounted. The deck is all screwed down, fitted.